I think we actually might have just seen the worst call in the entire history of sport.
It looked like DJ Kery, also known as DJ Jane Carrington, just got booted straight out of the Dallas Wings organization, and honestly, no one can say they didn't see this coming. Her game had been stinking in the mud for weeks, and Dallas decided they wanted nothing to do with her anymore. But this isn't just about a player underperforming on the court. This is about a player so problematic, so chaotic, that even referees started needing security backup. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about DJ Jane Carrington, the player who somehow turned a professional basketball season into a highlight reel of reckless, dangerous behavior. The Dallas Wings finally said goodbye to their most controversial player, and it feels like this move was long overdue. This is the same player who poked Caitlin Clark in the eye during the playoffs, left Clark with a black eye that dominated sports headlines, injured her own teammate Paige Beckers while trying to take out Jessica Shepard, and even created such chaos during a Chicago Sky game that officials literally had to call for security. Add 4 flagrant fouls in a single season to that
DiJonai, you're always in a dirty play
list, and you have everything you need to know about why Dallas couldn't wait to get rid of her. If you want Carrington out of the league for good, go ahead and comment, "Fire Carrington," because what we've witnessed from her this season has been nothing short of a masterclass in how to self-destruct a basketball career. Let's break this all down, because this wasn't some sudden move by Dallas. This was a season-long buildup of chaos, and the pattern is impossible to ignore. First, let's go back to the play that put Carrington under a national microscope, the infamous Caitlin Clark eye poke. During the 2024 playoffs, in a Connecticut Sun vs. Indiana Fever first-round matchup, Clark went up for one of her signature shots, and Carrington came over to defend. But this wasn't normal defense. Her hand went directly to Clark's face, catching her eye with such force that Clark's head snapped back instantly. She clutched her face in pain as cameras captured the moment that would define the series. The rookie who had carried the Fever to the playoffs was left with a visible black eye, and the entire basketball world asked the same question: was that intentional? The aftermath told fans everything they needed to know. Carrington showed zero remorse. No apology, no acknowledgement, nothing. She even acted like she didn't know she'd hit Clark, saying in interviews, "I didn't know I hit her. I was just trying to make a play on the ball." But the replay told a different story. Analysts, fans, and even former players called it exactly what it was: a dirty play from a player whose aggressive style had crossed into recklessness. And it didn't stop there. Fast forward to June 4th against the Seattle Storm. Skylar Diggins-Smith was running a fast break, and Carrington came over to defend. Instead of making a clean play on the ball, she went straight for the head again. The refs didn't hesitate to call a flagrant 1 foul. Fans immediately saw the pattern: target the face, target the head, and hope the officials give her the benefit of the doubt. But by now, nobody was giving Carrington any benefit at all. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Carrington managed to injure her own teammate in her quest to play enforcer. On May 21st against the Minnesota Lynx, Jessica Shepard went up for a shot, and Carrington came flying in recklessly. She caught Shepard in the face, earning yet another flagrant foul.
DiJonai, once again here.
And in the chaos, Paige Beckers, her own teammate, was nearly taken out trying to break Shepard's fall. Imagine being so out of control that you're a danger to opponents and teammates alike. Even her own bench started showing visible frustration. You could see it in their body language. They didn't trust her on the floor anymore. And then came the Chicago Sky incident, the one that will follow her for the rest of her career. On May 30th, 2025, after the Wings lost 97-92 to Chicago, Carrington got into a heated exchange with referee Roy Galbian. Whatever she said or did was so aggressive, so threatening, that Galbian called for security during a WNBA game. Think about that. A professional referee, trained to deal with player emotions, felt unsafe enough to need backup. That is unheard of. Players and coaches stood in shock as security came to the court. Carrington, in classic fashion, downplayed it on social media, writing, "Security when I'm literally having a civil conversation is insane."
This is a shock that it is actually not DiJonai Carrington committing
civil conversation? If your civil talk gets the refs calling for backup, the problem isn't them, it's you. At that point, the writing was on the wall. The Dallas Wings knew they had a liability, not an asset. A player who brought drama, danger, and embarrassment instead of wins. Fans were fed up. Analysts were calling her the dirtiest player in the league. And the front office finally made the move everyone had been waiting for. Breaking news hit. DJ Jane Carrington was traded to the Minnesota Lynx in exchange for Diamond Miller, Carly Samuelson, and a 2027 second-round pick. Dallas fans celebrated like they'd just won a championship. Relief swept through the organization. No more explaining away eye pokes. No more flagrant fouls that embarrassed the team. No more referees calling for security because of one player's behavior. Meanwhile, Minnesota just imported chaos into their locker room. They're a championship contender sitting at 24-5, and now they've added a player who specializes in dirty plays and unnecessary drama. Sure, Cheryl Reeve is a legendary coach, and analysts keep saying she might be the one to fix Carrington, but some players are beyond fixing. Dallas, on the other hand, walks away with actual assets. Diamond Miller, the 2023 number 2 overall pick and all-rookie team selection, is averaging 12.1 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game, with an eye-popping 53.8% from 3 in 2025. Carly Samuelson adds veteran shooting and composure, with a career 39.2% from three-point range.
Getting a flagrant foul. DiJonai Carrington got flagrantly fouled.
Even with Samuelson recovering from foot surgery, both players offer something Dallas desperately needed: talent without the drama. Dallas fans are celebrating, and they should. Their team just got better on the court and lighter in the locker room. Carrington, meanwhile, is heading to Minnesota with a reputation that will follow her wherever she goes. The WNBA's chaos agent, a player whose highlight reel looks more like a collection of flagrant foul tutorials than basketball brilliance. If Carrington doesn't clean up her act, she won't just be out of Minnesota, she'll be out of the league. Dirty plays, dangerous behavior, and a lack of self-awareness only get you so far. The WNBA is finally sending a message that talent does not excuse recklessness. So what do you think? Should DJ Carrington even be in the league after this? Comment, "Fire Carrington," if you're ready to see her gone for good. And as always, stay tuned, because if her history tells us anything, this won't be the last time her name makes headlines, and not for the right reasons.